Shifting focus to Japan, as Shigeru Ishiba steps down from his position in the Japanese parliament, the names of many probable leaders who can take his place are now doing the rounds. Former Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi is reportedly the first lawmaker to officially declare his candidacy, while Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi is also expected to run. Now, according to reports, the frontrunners remain LDP veteran Sanae Takaichi and Agriculture Minister Shinjiro Koizumi, son of former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi. Neither has made an official announcement, but both finished second and third respectively in the September 2024 leadership contest. The political uncertainty has shaken financial markets, with the yen falling, and investors are now speculating that successors like Takaichi may push for higher government spending. Now, according to reports, the LDP is set to hold an emergency leadership election on the 4th of October. With us on the broadcast is Dr. Astha Chadda from Ritsumeikan University in Japan. She's joining us live from Kyoto. Thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Quite the interesting tussle is taking place within the LDP itself. They're looking at electing their leader after Shigeru Ishiba stepped down. He did face quite a lot of setback, especially due to inflation taking place. Not just the soaring prices, there was also a corruption scandal that had rocked the party last year itself. So he's had to face the brunt of it in the elections that were held last year and this year. But the race for his position seems to be heating up. Could you tell us a little more about the probable candidates?
Yeah, thank you. We must understand that Prime Minister Ishiba was in a way forced to step down, and you already mentioned some of those reasons, and those reasons are important because they are pretty much going to be the reasons why the next candidate might replace Prime Minister Ishiba. So there was a substantial defeat of LDP, which is the current ruling party in the lower and upper house elections. Previously, within the party, there have been issues of corruption scandals as well as a critical division. So there exist several factions within the LDP. And lastly, Prime Minister Ishiba was being asked to step down even during the US tariff negotiations, but he held on to the position saying that I will step down at an appropriate moment. Now, given that backdrop, the top contenders are the number 2 and number 3 in the previous race against Ishiba, those that did not win but were strong contenders. And they both stand on opposite sides ideologically within the LDP. So they belong to two different factions. The first one is Sanae Takaichi. If she wins, she would be Japan's first female prime minister to win. She's been seen as a very conservative politician. She belongs to the Abe faction, Abe referring to Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, the erstwhile Prime Minister of Japan. She's seen as a very prominent figure within LDP's more hawkish members. She was previously the Minister of Economic Security, a very important post that she has held. However, her ideas only resonate with the Abe faction within the LDP's base. So she has consistent, substantial amount of support, but maybe not enough to really win this time. The other candidate everyone's talking about is Shinjiro Koizumi, and you mentioned that he was the son of the former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi. He is young and is seen as the rising face of LDP. He's also expected to bring about a fresh youthful charisma to the party, which the party has lacked for a very long time. And his supporters feel that he could bring a modern image within the party because he has a higher propensity of gaining public trust. Reason being, he was serving as the agricultural minister and he was held responsible for bringing down or lowering down the rice prices, and rice being the staple crop here in Japan. There are some others that might also give a tough competition to these contenders, one of them being Yoshimasa Hayashi. Yoshimasa Hayashi is within the LDP. He lacks majority in general, but he has held the position of Chief Cabinet Secretary and has held key administrative positions. He has had substantial experience and was the protege of the previous Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. So if he does stand for the election, he will give a relatively tough competition. And lastly, Takayuki Kobayashi. Everyone is looking at him because he is a very staunch conservative. and also a former economic minister. And given the time of high inflation, Japanese economy in a constant slump, he's seen as a potential alternative to all the other frontrunners in Japan.
All right, ma'am. With that, I would like to thank you for taking out time speaking to us on the broadcast, trying to break it down for our viewers to understand the race that is taking place within the LDP. The LDP, of course, has a lot to live up to as far as the promises it makes, the fiscal policies that it brings about, that people are eyeing for to bring about a change in their everyday lives. With that, viewers, due to paucity of time, it's a wrap on this bulletin. More news and updates on the other side. Stay tuned on NewsX World.